Happy Wednesday, beautiful people. Today we are going to talk about realistic goals that you can actually stick to this year. Welcome to Giggles and Glutes. I know that the setting looks a bit different today. I am actually in Germany with Zoe at the house. I came to come and surprise her for her birthday because somebody turned 30.
This year, we're going to forget about extreme diets, impossible routines, and we want to focus on goals that build confidence, strength, and consistency. So, Donaé,
Yes.
can you tell us how we are going to do this? How would you suggest we go forth into 2025 with a plan that's going to bring us consistency, strength, and confidence?
I think this is a great topic because a lot of people go from 1 year, let's take 2024, for example. Like they did the most, they did all of these things and they tried all of these things. And I feel like 2024, even the years before that, people doing exercise was a very good trial and error.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, people don't take it as a trial and error. They do the same thing. It didn't work last year, but now it's a new year. So now I'm going to try the same thing more.
Yeah.
I'm going to push harder to it, and then it doesn't last as long as they intend for it to. But also the fact that it didn't work is something they should be mindful of, because nothing changes if nothing changes. So if you are wanting to lose weight, I think it's important to maybe start small.
Yeah.
Focus on the steps in front of you. Do that. Then add on and do those steps, because a lot of people want to train 5 days a week. 1 hour, wake up at 5 in the morning,
Yeah.
like crazy things. Great, you can do it for 1-2 weeks until you can't anymore. So I think just being realistic about your goals.
Yeah, that's so true. Especially like you said with the 5 o'clock in the morning thing. If you've never actually woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning to train at 5 in the morning, this is crazy to think that this is where I'm going to start, because you've been seeing, oh, this is a good, or you think that this is a good place to start for you. But no, the best place to start is with something small.
Yeah.
Start with saying, for 5 days in the week, I'm going to walk my 10,000 steps. And after 2 weeks, when comfortable with 10,000 steps, you can start introducing more things and start building on. It's very, very important that you have a strong foundation so that you can go far into 25 and beyond with a good, solid plan. And you don't feel like every time when you take a break that you are starting all from the beginning. So that when you have a good, it's like with a house, when you have a solid foundation, it doesn't matter what modifications you make to the house, the foundation is almost never or hardly ever going to need to be replaced.
Yeah.
I think it's very important to make sure that you start small with something that's a small win, that's not going to feel overwhelming, and that if you do it, it's amazing and it's like, oh my God, this is so easy to do. I can do this forever.
Yeah.
And then once that is a part of you, then you can start saying, okay, I've now done the 10,000 steps for the first week for 5 days. Maybe I'm going to do my steps and I'm going to add 20 or 30 minutes of some body weight, some like 10 air squats, 10 incline,
Like there's a lot that
wall push-ups, something small. So I think it's very important to start with small things that are easy wins.
Also important to create the routine for yourself, like you said. I think that this is something that people overlook a lot. This is my day. I'm waking up. I don't really have a plan for my day because I wake up at whatever time. I go to work, spend X amount of time in the office, and then it's after work, I'm going to wing it. Whatever's happening after work is happening. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. I don't really have a plan, but I'm going to the gym. And I don't really know what I'm going to eat tonight, so I end up eating crap. I don't really know what's happening. Like, it's just create a routine, a structure for yourself to follow so that you know even If you are doing walks, plan it to the time almost.
Yeah.
I finish work at 5. It's going to take me 15 minutes to drive to wherever I need to be.
Yes.
To the gym, to the park, to whatever. Then go for your walk. Just create the routine.
But I also want to say, while routine is important, it's also important that you are having fun while doing all of this stuff. It shouldn't be like, I am doing this because I must do it. You are doing this, or you should be doing this, because you are wanting better for yourself and better for your life and better out of your quality of life. So when you are deciding to make a big change in 2025 and making fitness a bigger part of your life, make sure that it's fun. Make sure that you are doing something that you enjoy doing. If you don't like walking every day, then don't start by doing 10,000 steps every day. Consider what you love, what you enjoy doing. I know at the gym, you can join classes if that is your thing. If you love being outdoors, you can go hiking, especially in South Africa right now. Hiking is obviously what everyone's doing in summertime. Wherever you are in the world, whatever you are deciding to do, make sure that this is something that you love doing, and it's not something that you are just doing because you need to punish yourself for what happened in December. That's one way of also making sure that you can maintain this thing for a very long time.
Yeah. Remaining consistent is something people overlook a lot. People rely on motivation to get themselves to the gym. Like, you have no idea how your day is going to go.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's going to happen. You could end up staying in the office until 7. There's a saying, if you really wanted to, you will. Well, depending on how much you want this for yourself, how much you are chasing this thing that you are wanting for yourself, basically, and not for justification of anything else. But just to remain consistent, you're not going to feel motivated every day, and you shouldn't rely on that. So yeah, consistency over everything.
That's 100% true. And it's important that when going through this journey, that you find some way to be accountable to yourself. It's easy to be like, I'm going to start this fitness journey and I'm just going to do it. But there's no way of kicking yourself in the arse when motivation fails.
Yeah.
There needs to be a discipline system in place as well that says, example, progress pictures. You can be like, I'm going to take a pic. This is day 1 of my fitness journey. I'm taking a picture of myself today, and I'm only taking the second picture in 90 days' time again. Until then, I'm not going to get on a scale. I'm not going to check in. I'm not going to take additional pictures. All I'm going to do is between now for 3 months, just work hard, get the routine, build a plan, get everything going, everything that you need, sort all of that out in the first 3 months. Take that first picture and then take another picture 3 months later. I think that's the best advice.
Yeah.
Because then you're not bothered so much by...
And people become obsessed, man.
Yes.
They become obsessed with stepping onto the scale and like, I just worked out today, let me check my abs.
Yes.
That's what people do. Often when you take out the stress, the process and the journey becomes so much more enjoyable.
Yes.
You actually fall in love with movement and the way you feel after. And that's what people should chase, feeling. Yeah. Yes. And this is why, like in the beginning, maybe as somebody who's been training for a long time or whatever, you don't need to be so hectically focused on your routine because the bug already bit you.
True.
You're going to make time regardless. It's in you already. But if you are somebody who's new starting, you have to be hard in the beginning. People think like, I can be laxy-daisy about it because Susan is training for 8 years now, so she's chilled. I can be chilled. No, you cannot. Before you can do a job properly, you have to go through training. They prep you, then you're ready. Then you can chill because now you know what's going on.
Yeah.
It's the same thing that applies. Another thing, I don't know about you guys. I don't know. 2024 was a wild year, not in the sense that crazy things happened, but I feel like this year was a lot for me personally, and it might not be like this for the next person. I don't want you to feel shitty about yourself if this wasn't your situation. But there was a lot of realization and a lot of personal growth, I think, for myself. And now stepping into the new year, the other day I did an exercise of 2024 reflection and 2025 intentions.
Okay.
And I wrote down everything that happened in 2024. Big and small, significant and yes, thanks for that. And I sat down and I read my list and I was like, wow, this happened this year, all of these things. And I can feel stepping into the new year, letting go of so many things and people that don't serve me anymore.
Yeah.
It's so empowering. And so I just wanted to, like, as an exercise for you, because New Year's resolutions are like, not the greatest thing, but just as an exercise to just see like where you were in 2024 and who you are stepping into 2025. And I think that you don't give yourself enough credit how much you grow year to year.
Yeah.
Every one of us, I think. And this is just a great way to kind of see that.
That's true. That is 100%.
100%.
Sorry, guys. Donaé and I have been saying 100% for everything this past 3 days. So that's why it's so funny. But back to the point, I think that's a great exercise for everybody to do. I didn't think of it like that. And I've never done my resolutions that way. So I will also give it a go and see because you don't really reflect. I use the journal app on the iPhone sometimes, but it's not a consistent thing. That's why I'm so grateful for the book that you bought me, because I really want to start journaling stuff. And if you have prompts or if you have a book that literally asks you questions, provokes you to actually think about what actually happened, and you're not just like writing random stuff down that's not going to have any impact.
And there's also stuff you forget.
Yes.
A lot of the time people forget the hectic stuff they went through in a year. This thing happened, but it wasn't significant. I'm putting it in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
But when you sit down and you put pen to paper, it's not sitting on your laptop. It's pen to paper, the exercise of writing.
Yeah.
It's massive. It's just so beautiful. And I honestly think that a lot of the time, this is something that people sadly overlook. Is your mental health and well-being and how much of a role. It's little exercises like this that you can do. And I swear to you, the pivot here, I'm always talking about this book. But I swear to you, I was thinking the other day, what was different this year in my life? Besides the obvious things.
Yes.
And then I was like, this book actually, I read these pages majority to start my day with intention, where this book reminds me of whatever thing. And subconsciously, after reading that in the morning with my cup of coffee, I apply this to my day without knowing it.
Yeah.
And that is change. It adds up. And I think people should we live in a world of idiots and assholes. I'm sorry to say it. But the problem is always internal first. If more people took the time to focus on themselves and be better for themselves, the world will be a better place.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. That is so true.
Put pen to paper, reflect on everything before I get really deep about this. So I'm just like... Well, I just think it's a lot, because often we're looking at external things. And this is also how the gym can be a place for you to find yourself, where you challenge yourself so much, your strength, your resilience. And I always tell myself, I'm a bad bitch. I lift heavy weights. Don't mess with me.
Yes.
I lift heavy weights. And you think you're going to make me crack? I fight myself in the gym on a daily basis.
Yes.
Absolutely no.
Yes.
People underestimate the mentality that comes with training, movement, and challenging yourself.
And the confidence that comes with, not just the confidence in your body and feeling yourself, just the overall confidence in your ability to do stuff and be confident in your mind as well, of like I know this and this is my truth, you know, that really, it's crazy how big of an impact starting the year right with a good mindset can build so much more for you.
Yes. Just starting your day right. Small steps. So that's our food for thought for the year 2024 and 2025. It's been a great year. I hope it's been a great year for you too. If it hasn't, it's okay. It's not the end. You get a second chance every day.
Yeah.
When you open your eyes, there's a second chance at life. This new year is not, oh my word, it's a new year, new me. I also hate that new year, new me. It's new year, same you.
It's better you.
Better you.
We want to end off by saying, remember, progression over perfection.
Okay.
Always progression over perfection. And we would like you guys to share your fitness goals with us for 2025 in the comments. And this year, we want to hold each other accountable as well. I said to Donaé the other day, she is my person that holds me accountable. She doesn't even know, but some days I'd also have a lazy day, or I would think I was going to have a lazy day. I'll be like, oh, I'm not in the mood to train today. And then because our watches are linked, I see she's working out. I'm like, I need to also get going. And that motivates me. We said in our last point, you must make sure that you have a way to track your progress. Even if you have a friend or a husband or a partner or whatever, if you're really serious about this, share your, link your watch with that person. If you have an Apple Watch or whatever, link your watches together. Let that person be your accountability partner and push you. Especially if you know you're the type of person that needs to be pushed. And obviously you want that to be with kindness and love, but don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid. You got this. That concludes our episode for today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Zoe and I are always happy to have you here. Please leave a comment in our comments below. And let us know what your fitness goal for the year ahead, advice, anything that you really need help with in the fitness aspect of things. Zoe and I are your goal, and we'll get back to you as best we can.
As fast
as we can, yes. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Bye.